Hi, pile one. So we're gonna find out, will you marry a foreigner? Will you marry someone who's from a different country than you? Or someone who's long distance? We'll just see whatever messages come up. So pile one, a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. This is gonna be a super short reading. We're just getting a direct answer and then leaving it at that. Pile one, let's find out. Pile one. Whoa. I think that was just my hand. I'm not intuitively feeling that. Here we go. We've got the Queen of Cups and we've got the Four of Pentacles. I do feel like you will, because you see how the way it's depicted here, it looks like this cat has picked up all of its belongings, you know, everything it holds dear, and it's leaving this land behind. And with the Queen of Cups, I do feel like if you end up moving to be with someone else, or they move to be with you, because it could go either way, that does take trusting your gut, right? Because it's not a decision that you can really make logically or rationally. Your heart has to be in it. You know, it's such a big decision that I feel like if you approached it logically, you would be stuck in limbo forever trying to figure out, like, is it the right thing to marry someone from a different country? Is it the right thing to move to be with them? Is it the right thing to expect them to move to be with me? Like, that's a big commitment. Like, marriage is already a huge commitment, and then if you take on like that amount of distance as well, even if this is someone who just lives, you know, in another state than you or on the other side of the country, you know, that is still a big decision to make. And I feel like your heart has to be in it. You have to be sure, because logically you would be stuck in analysis paralysis, you know, if you approached it in that manner. And so I feel like this is a yes. You know, this person is at least a big enough distance to where you would have to pack up all of your stuff, or they would have to pack up all their stuff and leave some sort of area behind. You know, it's not, you know, a marriage where you're only on the other side of town. You know, there is a distance here, and it's a decision that you will feel is right in your heart, whether they move to be with you or you move to be with them. But I mean, it really does look, especially with the Queen of Cups, the way that she always sits by the water, I do feel like there is a body of water separating you and your future spouse currently. Now, it could be, you know, because this is a general reading, that maybe this person did move and is in your country currently, but they are still at a distance from you. So that could be a thing as well. Or, you know, the other way around. If you're watching this and you're like, I just moved to Japan, or, you know, whatever, you know, they could still be at a distance from you, because there is packing up your stuff and moving, right? And coming over. I think that's all the messages that I'm getting from this. This was really cool how they explained this. I like this. All right, pile one, I hope this resonated. If it didn't, just leave it, and I will see you in my next one. Take care. Hi, pile two. So today we are finding out, will you marry someone who is a foreigner, someone who is from a different country? We're just gonna get super short, straight to the point answer here. We're not doing reversals. And a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. Also, those of you who are familiar with the orange stray cat that I've been feeding outside, I just spotted, I don't know if it's a him or a her, but I just spotted them like going through the shrubs that I have on the side of my window. At this point, I just view that as a good luck like sign. But also, for those of you who are wondering if that cat is still alive, yes it is, and yes, I'm still feeding it. Alright, pile 2. Will you marry someone from another country? Pile 2. Ooh, 6 of Cups. I want to get one more card. The 4 of Swords. No, you will not. You will not, because 2 things here. This does feel like a soulmate, but this can also talk about childhood nostalgia. And with the 6 of Cups here, I feel like you all share a cultural background, or you share similar experiences, or you share similar values, and all of that kind of speaks to being from the same place. This could even talk about marrying someone from your hometown, or someone who is from the same place that you grew up. So even if they're at a distance from you when you meet them, if you meet them online or something like that, you may find when you're talking to them that they grew up in an area close to where you grew up. So like maybe you're living in California, but you were born and raised in New Jersey, and you find your future spouse is also from New Jersey. So something like that. With the 4 of Swords here, I just feel like it's just peaceful. It's just easy, you know? There's no worry or anxiety here that would be associated with a long distance relationship that would be like, you know, should I move to another country? Should they move to my country? You know, the indecision and the choice that pile 1 had to make just isn't present in your energy here. So no. Now, they might be long distance from you, but I do feel like you all are from the same place. So whether that's the same country, same state, same city, that is likely going to vary, but I do feel like you all grew up pretty close, you know, to the same area. And if you've always lived in the same place your whole life, then take that as double confirmation that you chose the right group. Because I definitely feel like even just with the church sort of stained glass window here makes me think of religion, and sort of like, even if you're not religious, this idea that you two share similar cultural values and beliefs, you know? It doesn't feel like there's a lot of difference here. Not to say that you all are exactly 100% the same, but I feel like there is a lot of overlap. All right, pile 2, this was your reading. Take care, and I will see you in my next one. Hi, pile 3. So let's find out, will you marry a foreigner? Will you marry someone from another country? A big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. This is going to be a super short, straightforward reading. So pile 3, will you marry a foreigner? Will you marry someone from another country? Let's find out. Pile 3. Ooh. Wow, you got 3 cards. So we've got the 3 of Cups, we've got the 2 of Wands, and we have the Moon. Why is pile 3 such a wild card group? Like, okay. Here's the thing. Yes, maybe. And I don't know how you all are going to feel about this message, and it may explain some things for you though. Okay. Stay with me. It's a maybe because with the 3 of Cups here, there are sort of 2 potential paths at this time. There are 2 different timelines, and some decision that you're going to make in the future is going to determine your timeline. and which path you choose. So honestly, this could literally be you choosing between two different people. Now, it could be that these two love offers are in your life at the same time and you literally choose, do I move to be with this person who is at a physical distance from me? So with the body of water here, you know, could be someone who lives very far away in another country, or do I stay and be with the person who lives closer to me? That could be a thing. It could also mean that maybe, for example, you are in a partnership and then you get an opportunity to work overseas, and then you have to decide, you know, like Rachel has to decide whether or not she goes to Paris or whether she stays with Ross. You know, it could be something like that where you have a work opportunity in another country, and if you know, take that work opportunity, that will eventually lead to you marrying someone who also lives in that country that you're going to be moving to, but you have to give up, you know, this other relationship or this other chance at, you know, a relationship. So it feels like, you know, whether it's choosing between two different people or choosing between an opportunity to move somewhere and another person, and then that will eventually lead to you, you know, marrying someone from that place. With the moon here, it's uncertain. You know, Spirit is saying, like, we don't know what you're going to choose yet. We don't know. There are just two paths here. So potentially yes, potentially no. You know, it depends upon your future self, but as of right now, you have free will, and it will be a choice in the future. It is a choice you will make with your intuition for sure, but it will also be, the future isn't set in stone yet for you. It's not set in stone yet. It's in flux still. It's in flux still. More than pile 1 and pile 2. To a degree, all of our futures are, you know, constantly evolving, right? But for you all, it's like really up in the air. Spirit is saying, like, we don't know which way pile 3 is going to go yet, but there is a potential for this in the future. And if you're watching this and you're like, I've always wanted to live, I don't know, in England or something like that, that could be why. Because there is a longing in your heart to live somewhere else, and Spirit recognizes that longing in your heart. So that could be why, you know, we're seeing this. Okay, so pile, and I said this could explain some things for you, because if you feel like the messages you get in future spouse readings sometimes don't line up or are sometimes a little bit disjointed, this could be why, because there's two different pathways. But just take that message if it resonates. Was not expecting this. Pile 3. Take care, and I will see you in my next one.